Thank you so much. Here's our challenge.
Come on, then.
Is it bad?
Yes. Oh, no, really bad.
Go on.
Alright guys, another day, another lab breakdown. This time we are in round 2 of the Toyota GR Super Sport Concept Grand Prix special event. Oh my god, that's a really long name. Now, before I explain how I did this lap time, or I mean it's not really a lap to be honest, but how I achieved my time, before I explain that, I should make this as a disclaimer that this track is really bad. Okay, now I don't know who thought that Chicago as a GP track for this car was a good idea, but it's here and we have no choice. And if you want to win the key, you have to pull off some tricks, and you really have to practice hard on this map because there's a few sections in this track which make or break your time. So I will explain it to the best of my abilities, but ultimately it all comes down to your skill and what you see fit, is most comfortable for you. So I really hope that this this time breakdown is going to help you win the key in this GP. But that's the best I can do. And with that out of the way, let's start the time breakdown. So the start is fairly simple. I don't use any nitro of this small ledge. Now, as soon as my car, is about to leave the ramp, I think I initiated a 360 earlier. It's fine. Now, the goal here is that I want to land at a perfect angle, conserve as much of this drift speed as possible. Now, they have added this grassy patch. In the older versions of Chicago, in the previous updates, there was none of these grass patches on this part of the track. Now this lets you know that this section is rough. However, there is another grassy patch in the track which is not a rough surface, so like you won't end up losing any speed there. So this is the only section you need to worry about on this track. Now here I'm drifting to save up for a shockwave, and as soon as I'm done, I apply shockwave, get up to speed. Now generally I would take this jump, the small little gap between the two buildings, and I would get some airspeed here. But since we are working with a very tiny fraction amount of nitro, so I will just go for this yellow nitro bottle. And as soon as I collect it, I start to steer towards the left. Now our goal here is to take this rail ride. Okay, this is what we pro players call this technique. It's called as rail riding. This entire patch here, this entire patch is rough. This part, this is also rough. So you will end up losing a ton of speed. And if in any case you are not able to pull this trick off at all, I know, tricks like these are not easy for the general audience to pull off. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and not everybody's, try harding this game to the level that players like me are. But I enjoy doing this, and it's totally up to you if you want to do this trick or not. But just be aware that it is crucial to set a fast lap. I keep saying lap. It is crucial to set a fast time on this track. You have to take this rail ride properly, and not just taking this rail ride, you have to take it properly. I should emphasize the word properly. So this is basically how I do it. I apply nitro as soon as my car is about to leave the ramp, like this. Now, chances are you might bounce off towards the left, or you might steer too much to the left, which you absolutely do not want, is because this part you can crash on. Okay, this white, I don't, wow, that sounds really sus. So this white wall here, I should say that. So you can crash on this wall. So you want to not steer too much to the right, not so much so that you just take yourself off this rail, and not so much to the left that you end up crashing into this white wall. Like you will just barely scrape it. That's what we want. Like this. You see the speed I'm taking here? Now at first when I was trying this track, I kept getting a very low speed of like 360, 380 every single time. And that was because like I was running out of nitro, and as a result my car was just simply not accelerating. And the reason why I'm doing this rail ride, as you can see, I'm extending my air time here, and that's the goal. So I managed to pull this trick off really nicely. No need to nitro brake because like I was already really pissed off at this track. So I decided not to. I apply some nitro here in order to not lose any speed, because my car just, it started to bounce a little bit, and I thought it would lose momentum as a result. Now, there is a speed trick here towards the left, and I think towards the right also. But like, I don't know who would be daring enough to try it. Yeah, I certainly don't want to. I don't want to ruin this lap. So I keep saying lap. What's wrong with me? This is not a circuit. This is just a short sprint race. So I kept ruining my times when I was trying to do that speed trick. So I was like, nah, I'll pass. Anyways, as soon as my car leaves the ramp, the basics, right? I've said this a million times. This is when you start spinning clockwise. We don't want to spin anti-clockwise. And the reason for spinning clockwise here is because it will set up us. Sorry, wow. It will set us up at the perfect angle to take the jump that will come after this section, after this turn. And I will be applying shockwave here. It's not a problem if you run out of nitro. It's fine. The speed is all that matters. Speed is everything, guys. Speed solves great many things. Now, as soon as I take off from this ramp, as soon as my car leaves this ramp, again, same thing. I press the brake button twice to apply 360. And this time also, I do them clockwise. You can do anti-clockwise as well on this ramp. It's not a big issue, but I was just in my zone, so I just decided to, take a little bit more risk and just spun my car towards in a clockwise direction. Like this, for a shockwave, bam. Now, you need to keep in mind that you need to cancel your drift before you apply shockwave. And if you apply shockwave outright, your car won't grip itself. Your car won't align itself properly with this wall, and you'll end up hitting this part of the wall. And we don't want that. So, yeah. This. And across the line in 38.919. And I am almost 100% certain that, I'm my actual times are not going to be even close to this, because like this track is so bad. It took me like 10 tries to get this attempt, and I don't like spending tokens, extra tries, or refilling my car. But it is what it is. And here's the time. And I really wish you all the best. I really hope that you set a good lap time. I can only say that you need to practice hard. That's about it. See ya.